Yo, what's good, y'all? Back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight into it. So, the legendary Scott Storch, definitely one of the biggest producers of all time. He produced a few songs. Some of y'all should really know these songs. Still Dre. I remember the song. What was it? I was not playing. Whatever. Oh, right. This song, right? That one. Lean Back. Remember Fat Joe? Now lean back to the rock away. Produced that one. Candy Shop by 50 Cent. I take you to the candy shop. Doom, 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 the lollipop. Right? What else? It was a couple of Chris Brown's. Oh, Run It. I can run it. By Chris Brown. He produced that one. Let Me Love You by Mario. Let me be the one to give you everything you Mario slid on that. Shout out Mario. Naughty Girl by Beyonce, and Just a Little Bit by 50 Cent. So that's just to name a few songs. Y'all remember that song by 50 Cent? All I need is a little bit, get the lick and the touching a little bit. So yeah, Scott Storch, he that guy. So he was in an interview recently, and he had a few things to say about DMX. Let's see what he had to say, and then we'll speak on this.
X was living with me, man, and like it was like the blind leading the blind. I'm a coke addict and he was a crack addict, and I'm like trying to help him. I'm like, man, you really need to get clean, man. like what the fuck is really? Yeah. So I'm like, yo,
Blind leading the blind, bro. That's why one of the first things they tell you if your goal is to get clean, they say stop hanging around other junkies, right? If you don't have the money to do cocaine, if you're friends with a bunch of cokeheads, you're just going to use some of their coke to still get high. If you're the only sober one in the party and you feeling like you're missing out on the fun, you're going to go ahead and get high. But whatever, let's continue.
you need to go to rehab. I'm like, so I get him, I convince him like to avoid like a jail sentencing for something.
R.I.P. DMX.
A charge that he had, whatever. He went to rehab and like was getting his shit together. The place that I had gone that didn't really work for me, but I had him there. I really did care about him. I wanted him off that shit, like whatever. That was like a worse evil or a faster suicide than I was even on. And he ran out of the place. I got a call from him. The place was directly across the street from the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. And he's like, calls me. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, well, how are you calling me? You don't have phone privileges like that in this place. He's like, I'm across the street from the rehab at the Hard Rock with one of the nurses.
Yo, I don't know who set up this rehab facility. For those who don't know what the Hard Rock is, it could be one of the biggest casinos in Florida. I don't know if it's stamped as the biggest one, if there's one that's bigger, but I can't think of a bigger casino than the Hard Rock. So it's a bunch of partying going on. There's a hotel in there where you can there's rooms. They have comedy shows over there. They have sometimes I think they do concerts there. Bunch of gambling, smoking, a lot of prostitutes be over there. Like, bro, it's a full-fledged party. So for you to want a person to get clean and put them walking distance from a bunch of drug users, that's just crazy. But all right, that's basically what the Hard Rock is, though.
And like, I'm like, oh my, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, yo, X, cover yourself up. Come back to my house. I'm going to talk to these people, let you back in. And they wouldn't let him back in. It was like real tough motherfucker that owned this place. And he ended up, because it was court ordered, he had to go away. I'm at the Mondrian one morning a couple of days later, and my security is like, yo, Doug, there's 50 federal agents here. Woo, woo, woo. Like crazy shit, bro. It was like, I couldn't believe it. I felt horrible. And then you flash forward to not so long ago, I was heavily involved in a rehab center in California, in Studio City, where we used cannabis for healing. And it came to my attention that he was on his last legs. X was in bad shape. So I was able to make a meeting happen. My partner, Steve LaBelle, I don't know if you know who Steve LaBelle is, managed Bone Thugs and Harmony and all these people, like real legend. we were partners on this place, and we had X come in. He had emphysema. He was one rock away.
All right, so I don't know about y'all, but I didn't know what emphysema was. So on Google, it's saying the top symptoms include shortness of breath, coughing, wheezing, chest tightness, swelling, weight loss, frequent infections like colds or flu, barrel chest, the chest wall may increase in size and take on a barrel-like shape. Damn. Fatigue, and they're saying that early on it may have no symptoms or mild symptoms. Once it gets worse, you develop the severe cough first. And was there something else? Oh yeah, they said it cannot be cured. All right, let's continue.
From death, like, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we convinced him. We put him on a private plane to Washington to do a detox. He went through the whole detox, and his plan was to leave the detox and come to our facility inpatient and do rehab. He never made it back on the plane to head back, and we never saw him again. And like, I was me trying to save a man's life that I really loved, man. He was like such a special guy, but like
Such a special performer.
Yeah.
Man, there's
one of the greatest to ever do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. The power that guy had in his voice. It was amazing. But wild people make wild shit. And
Intense. I'm one of them.
Sometimes
it's like,
you can't control it.
you can't
It's like-
calculate or.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Kinnison, I mean, that's
All right, wild people make wild shit. That was basically all they had to say when it came to DMX. The ending of it is just them speaking on being addicted to drugs in general. One thing Scott Storch did say early in the interview was he's pretty much just talking about how he was smoking pounds of weed every day, getting coked up and coming up with hits. So my question is, because I was looking into this a little bit more, and I ended up seeing an article where allegedly Irv Gotti wanted to come up with like a biopic for DMX, but DMX's family declined, and they were like, nah, they don't want him to come up with a biopic for DMX. As far as the reason, they didn't say the reason, but if we had to take a guess, or if I had to take a guess, it could be due to the drug abuse. Because other than that, what was bad about DMX's legacy? That was the only thing that was just really messing up his legacy, and ultimately was the reason why he's no longer here, because he overdosed, right? So I guess my question is, are they right or wrong for not wanting us to get a little bit more insight on his entire legacy because of one thing that wasn't good about it? Like, if this was your family member, how do y'all feel? Because as far as with Juice WRLD, I didn't watch his documentary because ultimately, bro, I don't know. I didn't really want to see him like that. Like, I heard it was just raw footage of him just doing drugs, bro. Like popping pills, doing coke, whatever the case may be. I heard pretty much he was just getting high with his girlfriend all day and recording music. Were the drugs a part of his legacy? Yeah. I mean, who's to say that he would have came up with half of the songs he did come up with if he was in his right mind? Clearly, he felt like he was in his bag when he was high, right? So I guess my question is, like, how would y'all approach it? Like, would y'all go with the Juice WRLD approach, where it's like, okay, although he wasn't, because none of us are perfect, so would y'all go with the Juice WRLD approach if DMX was your family member, where you can do the documentary, we can show the good side, we can show the bad side, we just want for the fans to at least be able to see him doing his thing, taking over the world, being successful in this industry? Or would y'all rather take the DMX route with his family and just overall not even do the documentary at all if you don't really want to show the bad? How do y'all feel? Y'all let me know. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Yeah, we had 75K subs so far. We're just gonna keep building, keep going up. Definitely do your good deed of the day. I know everybody's busy. We got Thanksgiving coming up in a few days, but you doing something nice for somebody, it could really make the difference as far as them having a good Thanksgiving. So keep that in mind. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm out.